Did you buy these books with the really pretty sprayed edges? Have you read them yet? I have, and now I'm going to tell you what I think. This is The Coven and the Cursed by Harper Woods, and they are part of the Coven of Bones series. And this is book 1, and this is book 2, and I gave them both 5 stars. I did give book 1 only 2 on the spicy meter, and I did give book 2 3 on the spicy meter. Even if you're somebody who did not buy these books and you just want to know more about this series, or even if you bought these books and you are totally going into them completely blindly and you're just like, oh my god, these are pretty, I'm gonna just pick these up off the shelf, let me tell you a little more about this series. There is witches, there is demons, there is academia, not so much in book 2, but we will get into that later. It is multi-dimensional. Also, there is magic and blood magic, so be prepared for the blood magic. Let me tell you a little more what I think about this series. This series is paranormal romance. Before I go any farther, I just want to say this. This series is a paranormal romance series. I actually love this series. Although I have to say, after listening to so many reviews and seeing so many reviews, I was really kind of like, okay. But I think it's really because a lot of people were just grabbing them off the shelves because they are so pretty. And it came out right around the time of Halloween, and everybody's like, ooh, spooky season reads. And I think people were picking them up just because they're pretty and they're right around spooky season, and they're not really people that were 100% into the genre, I think, is a lot of the issues with it. I could be wrong, but that is just what I'm perceiving of the issue. Because really, to be honest, are people who went in there to them not even knowing how spicy they are, or they're not really spicy readers. Those are just kind of the things that I'm getting from a lot of the reviews. That's just my personal opinion on the situation, because I loved them. And I think the people that I know who really enjoy the genre are people also that are like, ooh, I really like these books. I'm going to say that I did know what I was getting into when I purchased the books. I know that book 1 has sat on my TBR for a very long time. It sat on my TBR before book 2 even came out. I don't know why I never read it. I just didn't get to it. I think it's because book 2 had not came out yet. And like I said, it was long before they ever hit the big box stores. It just sat on my TBR forever. I can't tell you why. I really think it's just because book 2 hadn't come out yet. But anyways, I digress. Book 1 definitely has the academia feel to it, while book 2 has more of a dark romance, kind of Stockholm Syndrome vibe to it. But while we're talking about darker themes, I really need you to check the trigger warnings on this one, because this one really is more like a darker fantasy type, and it really has some darker content in it. So definitely check your trigger warnings on this one. The books moved really fast, and they really kept me pulled in the whole time. I really had no complaints about this series, if I'm honest, other than I could have been content if they had been more spicy. But let's be honest, I'm going to always want more spice in most books. Let's just be honest. That's just how it is. So I've given you my thoughts. Let me give you a quick overview on the books. Well, I'm going to give you a quick overview on book 1. I'm going to be very careful on what I tell you about book 2, because you know me, no spoilers. And so then you can decide if you want to read this series or not. Willow is forced into her birthright, and it comes with the responsibilities that could cost her her life. She knew the coven was corrupted. She just didn't know how far they had gone. The vessels are a plague, and she will use whatever means necessary to eradicate them. All her plans start backfiring when Alaric, a vessel, has more of an effect on her than she planned, and the coven's true plans start coming to light. That one is book 1, and like I said, I'm not going to give a whole way a lot on book 2. I am going to tell you book 2 does pick up where book 1 left off. A lot of people preferred book 1 over book 2. I'm going to tell you, I actually preferred book 2 over book 1. To each their own. I felt book 1 had more of a new adult feel to it over 2, where book 2 did not. To me, it felt more adultish to me. That's just my personal opinion. You gotta love how subjective reading is. But that's, I really love this series overall. Like I said, I'm not gonna give a whole lot away. There is a lot of forced proximity going in book 2. But other than that, like I said, I just can't give you a whole lot away. Picks up where the other one left off. Can't give you a whole more away because I cannot give away the ending to book 1. I just can't do that to you. Anyways, I love this series. I really did. I hope there's a book 3. So I love this one, and I think you might too.